Hello. I'd like to tell you I've been standing here, drilling the earth for an unbelievably large amount of time, but I've kind of been just setting a piston up and getting it going, and then I run off and do some other stuff, and I come back, and and I forget about it, excuse me, and then it runs for a while, and then I set it up again. So we haven't made a ton of progress. I mean, it's quite a way. Okay, brace your ears. Hold on. It's quite a ways down before we smack into something. It's, I don't know, I think we're on 11 pistons now, which isn't that many. Oh, I just showed you. Ha! Ha ha! I didn't mean to show you that yet. Alright, let's, what did I do here? So I realized I built this, like, airtight base interior. I didn't use it. I never went in there. I was walking on the roof to use this. So I took it down, and then I built this. I mean, I have the hydrogen set up over there, but it's kind of inconvenient, so I just built a little one right here, and I'll expand it eventually. I'll like, rack it up and make it bigger and faster, because right now this is, like, speed of smell, which I just need to make more of those, and then I'll chain them together like this. Yeah, so other than that, I haven't done much here. I've been kind of starting to cut down the terrain here and there, just preparing for expansion out. Haven't done too much crazy stuff, but let's jump in here and recharge really quick. So, I mean, we have a thing going on here. Okay, charged. Alright, let's go. Hello? So confused sometimes. I'm stocked up. I've got some more material. By material, it's just steel plate. And let's go up and check on our progress. This guy's pretty well off now. Thrusters, that. And up. Shut our dampeners off of and I have that red marker's not an enemy, it's mine. I put that there. That is our space base. Just so when I'm closing in on it, I don't crash into it, because I basically built it straight up. How's our gravity doing here? 5, 4, come on. I want to let off. Alright, there we go. Save some fuel. And make sure we're not going to crash into this thing. Hit the brakes. So it's a bit of an optical illusion at the moment if it's hurting your brain, because it's hurting mine. Oh boy. You gotta turn the dampers back on. Go into third person. Ugh. Let's bring her in nice and slow. It's so hard to tell how far away I am. Other than the fact that this is actually telling me how far away I am. Oh, that's a really cool effect with the sun coming through. I haven't welded these yet, obviously. I wanted to get the initial structure done first. Stick. I didn't stick. Oh, come on. Boots. Okay, so I'm on layer 9. 19, I think, out of 256. There's a point where you get into the... So, obviously, as each layer goes up, I'm going outwards more. God, this is not pleasant. I wish the camera didn't do this, but at the same time, I understand why it does. Anyways, as you can see, they kind of started out like I'd go out like 9 blocks, and then it'd get, 8, 5, 3, and now it's 2, 2, 2. And then eventually it'll hit 1, and it'll just start going vertical, and that'll be about when we hit the halfway point. But it's getting wider and wider until we hit that 256 blocks wide, which will be the center, obviously. And then it'll start to go back up and curve again. So there's a point where I would say this is the point that takes the longest to do. And then the center goes really quick because it stacks, like you're just going vertical almost. Like the pattern almost doesn't change. It doesn't change very much. You're almost just tracing at that point. And then it starts to curve up, and I'll do this whole segment again. But, yeah, so I did some math. Now, and then I was looking in here. I set this up just so I could lock it as a station, and it wouldn't move. We're at... So I'm assuming this is the limit, like it won't let you add anymore. I need to test it to make sure. I'm pretty sure. But if I use a merge block, so I'm not going to go to 65,000. The structure will be 170,000 total, just the shell when I'm done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it up into like 10 segments, I think, of 10,000 each. Math? 17 segments of 10,000 each. So when I get to 10,000, what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a merge block, and then I'm going to build it exactly how I keep building it, just with a merge block, and hope that that cuts it off. The reason I'm going to 10,000 and not a higher number is because I want to be able to plan ahead and make sure I don't run out. As far as interior work goes, I want to do... I don't know about decorating necessarily. I know I'll want to make a cool cockpit area up at the top. That'll be like a big control room, and this will be a big docking port for ships too. But I don't know. I'm probably not going to leave it a sphere on the, at least maybe the bottom of the inside, just so the ships have a flat area to land. I want to have it a big flat, and then like the inside will be a sphere up until like a certain section. Like if we flipped it upside down here and we pretend that this is the top, I'll probably do like a segment like this, like maybe 3 blocks high all the way around. This is too... I don't know, I wanted it to be lower, but like instead of having the... Yeah, see, this is too big. I don't know for sure yet. I might extrude it out the top even. Like I'll take this section and go up like 2 higher and then have a control room on the top. But I thought it'd be kind of neat to have like one layer like here that was glass all the way around. But this is like a huge area. Like I don't know what I would do with a air quote control room that was this big, you know. So I might figure something out, or I could even kind of center up and like just make it smaller, like here, you know. It could go from like this step to this step, and then like make it taller, so cut like 3 of these out and just have a nice little viewing area. I don't know yet. I'm still thinking about it. Other thing I'm thinking about is how do I want to have the ships come in. I don't think I want to have them come in. I thought about doing like this, being a big flap or a hatch that would open up, which would probably work out okay. But I think it would be cooler once we get to the center point of the sphere to either have it swing, like 2 doors swing open, or I would like to have them retract in and then swing out of the way, but I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. I'm going to have to get it like assembled and then break out a chunk. I want to have like a seamless door. I don't want it to be an obvious port of entry. But I don't know yet. We've got a lot of work to do. Like I said, I'm at what am I at? Like 6,000, 7,000? No, I'm not. I'm at 2,235 out of 170,000. And then that doesn't include welding them back together. So, I did the math. I'm going to need like 30 million iron. 30 million kilograms of iron. So we're working on that. That'll come slowly. But, yeah. So, it did the math too, and is like steel plates. It's going to be like 200 containers full of steel plates, and I didn't even fill this one, like not even remotely close. So I've just been doing little trips. Basically, that's enough steel plates for me to run out of oxygen and hydrogen, and then I'll go back down and I'll take a break and I'll restock and get back to it. So that's enough bantering though for now, I think. I'm gonna get back to it. I might have to watch a video. I tried to set up some time-lapse stuff with like a second character, but my screen, I don't know, I couldn't figure it out. It was confusing me. So I'm gonna look into that later, see if I can't figure it out. But in the meantime, we're getting there. This is about half of the diameter, I think. I think it'll be like twice as wide as this by the time it's done. Okay, so I want to do some creative building today and try and make a blueprint. But first, I figured I'd give you guys a little update here. So I moved my cockpit on this lifter ship. Is the obviously today I want to go into creative mode and I want to build a blueprint of something. But first, I figured I'd give you guys an update. I rearranged this ship just a tiny bit, put the cockpit on the top. Okay, so now we have a connector, but we just need to not crash into the base and destroy it. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so now we have that instead of flying the ship around to the top and inside, because it's a little bit of a journey to fly the ship all the way around and then back into here. Cool beans. So this is the progress I'm at. I went ahead and welded this floor up here, and then as I go, I'm just making a ramp to make sure that these are connected, because they're not otherwise. And I know I'm going to have a few issues along the corners, the way the pattern lays out. We're going to have to like put the ship into floaty mode and then scoot it and see what disconnects and fix it, which it's going to probably be a lot of things. But for anybody that's never done a pattern like this, there's a lot of learning that goes on, and I should have known better, but it's been such a long time since I've done this. I used to do it all the time. When you're building and you step over, you typically try and go along the outside, but sometimes the pattern doesn't want you to have a piece here, and it wants you to just go tip to tip on the corners. So you should put one like here to fill it in. And it might look weird on the inside, but it's going to make it more secure, and you won't see it from the outside. You can always, you're going to change the inside, right? Probably. Anyways, so we're at, like, here, let's see. I put a marker every 10, so there's 10, 20, 31, I think? Yeah. I felt like we were at like 32. Anyway, so here's like, this is layer 31. Whew. that is not the height we're at, though. It's just the... Or it's not the width, either. It's kind of complicated. So, as far as diameter goes, we're about we're over halfway there. I think I have... Okay, so it's confusing, right? I'm on layer 30, but like that one goes out 10 and then 6 and then whatever. But we have to go about 40 more layers and then we'll be at the actual diameter, which I suppose it's gonna be like here-ish, maybe. It's gonna be 256 blocks wide. So yeah. But we're getting there. I'm trying to keep an eye on the block limits and stuff. But I'm getting a little confused on some of it. But, I mean, look at this thing. It's huge. It's going to take so much welding to get this thing all put together. One thing I want to see if you guys can help me clarify real quick is... Now, okay, so I'm in single player. I don't plan on making this multiplayer. It's telling me there's 20,000 blocks. Now, I know console's got a block limit. I'm in experimental mode, so I think that cancels out my block limit. You can tell me if I'm wrong. And then the physical shapes limit, is that one that I'm actually going to have to worry about? I think what my plan on... So, as far as I understand, is the block limit can be bypassed. If you're in... Just regardless, you can bypass it. But the physical shape limit, I believe you're stuck at. You guys could tell me if you know better than I do. But I think what my plan is when the physical shapes, if it gets to 10,000, what I'm going to do is use a merge block, I think. So, like, instead of having a stair step like this, I'm gonna just, well, I won't want it exposed. So, when I start the next layer, I'll probably just, like, put a merge block here and a merge block here. Will that bypass the limit? I don't know. You guys will have to tell me. But that's where I'm at right now. It's gonna take me a while. As fast as it's going up, it's gonna take me a while to get to that number. Why do those look funny? Are there funny looking ones over here? Ah! Hold on. Those are corners that aren't connected. So this, and back up one more time. Right there, I see it. Target locked, right here. So that was what I was talking about. So this like section from like here to there, if I were to put thrusters on this thing, it's a station right now, so it can't move. But if I were to make this a ship and put thrusters on it and scoot it, that little strip right there would have just floated off, or well, the ship would have floated off, and then that little strip would have stayed right there. So that's something I'm going to have to deal with. And I imagine you guys can't see this because I kind of have an eye for it. There's going to be more spots. I think I can see like there and right there and there. There's going to be a lot, and I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to weld this whole thing together. And then really go through it. And I'm going to change the color too. I don't know how you're supposed to repaint things. Wait. Like, so obviously that just changed. No. I want clean armor. I want the skin. No, it's still green. Okay. I don't understand. Eventually I want to repaint this whole thing, and I've seen guys with like a paint gun. If that's a mod, you're gonna have to let me know, because I don't understand like the skill tree thing. I feel like I unlock things all the time, but then I get a pop-up and it's like, you unlock this, but then I can't find it in here. So I don't know. You guys might have to explain that to me. But anyways, I'm going to quit rambling here, and I'm going to jump over to a creative world. And we're going to work on a mining ship, I think. But like a chunky mining ship. But I'm not... I have an idea, I think. So I kind of wanted to repurpose... okay. I wanted to repurpose one of the ships we already have, and it's the one we left Earth with, because it's just kind of chilling there, and I don't know, I feel like we could go without it. So 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5, and then oh my gosh. Okay, so 2 3 4 5 6. Right? Right. Okay. So one thing I know is I want this square to be full of large grid drills, but I don't want them to be attached to this grid. So, and I don't know what I want to do yet to run the drills. I've seen some things that I think I want to do. I'm gonna think too hard on this. Okay, here, let's do this. Can be honest, didn't plan this out. I'm also, this is my first time building in creative. Now, one of these. And then one of these. Oh boy, am I gonna have to rotate these every time? Nope. Now, this next part's gonna take me a lot of thinking. So, and it's really hot in my place right now, and I shut the air conditioner off when I record because it's loud. So I'm gonna pause the recording here, and I'm gonna come back when I have something figured out. Okay, my air conditioning's running. You're just gonna have to bear with me, okay? We've got a hot mess going on here. Now, basically, there's been some iterations. I'm figuring this out. It's difficult. But what I'm gonna do, I don't really have a good way to kickstart this yet. So we're just gonna get in this cockpit. We're gonna go piston numero uno. This is the only one that's still on a manual switch. So we'll just do that. Now what's supposed to happen is, I came up with, I saw somebody else with a spirally design like this, but that's all I saw. I basically saw a picture of it and that was it. So this is my first time using these blocks. It took me so long to figure out. Basically, if you want to build pistons like this, you have to start from the top piston to where the bottom one would be. You can't go backwards, because I built the drills first, and then I was like, okay, well, I'll just build it this way. No, you can't do that. It just doesn't let you build onto it, and it's stupid. Anyways, so what's supposed to happen here is I'll manually extend out that first drill. probably with a button long term. So this drill ship is going to be like a set it and forget it kind of thing. And then I can come back, pick it up, and fly away. So basically, we start that first piston coming down. And then once the first piston gets at 100%, it tells the second piston, which is this one, to start extending. And it looks like it is. And then it just goes on like that. And these are all spirally daisy chained. So instead of having like a massive tower of drills, they're all packed into this 5x5 cube. And I think the one I saw originally, the guy had them in like a 2x2 cube, but it was really tall. I know that words clang, is that what it is? Where shit bounces and fights and twists and torques. I have experimental mode on, so I have the inertia tensioner on for all this stuff. Smile. And it's a little bouncy, but like it's not crazy. Now granted, I haven't turned on the drills yet. Save. Ah! Drills on. Does it do anything? I mean... Hold on, we got a little touchdown. I mean... I think this will be better, too. I don't think the violent shakiness will be so bad. It's pretty bad. It's not that bad, though. I think it'd be worse if we just did the smaller design. Like, where you did one row and then they spin. I think this will be better. But I'm not... I'm also wondering if I should do some kind of honeycomb design. I've seen people do that. I've seen people talk about it, at least. So I could, like, space these out and not have 25 drills. Okay, I'm kind of back. I haven't got much done. I did a little bit. Okay, so I've got these all programmed. Now this one here in the center is going to be for once all of these bottom out and it stops, everything's fully extended. This one's going to detect that. It's going to shut the drills off to help with the shaking. And then it's going to retract the first piston. It'll tell it to start retracting, and then once the first piston starts to retract and it gets to 0, and then it'll start over, and then it'll basically go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever, 13. It'll get there. Now, whew, this is a pretty good depth. I think it's gonna cover everything, because like gold and platinum are always deep, right? They're always like 60 meters down, and you got to look at this. This is what is this? Like it's a long ways. It's like 130 meters, right here. Hold on, let's check. Okay, so from right here, we go to GPS, new from current position, and then this won't be super precise. I think it should be like 130. Right to here. Yeah. 130 meters. We turned... We turned, what is this? Like... We turned... I'm gonna say it's... Well, do you count the head of the drill? Yeah. Let's just... Anyways. You take 15 meters, or 1, 2, 3, a 4 block stack, then you get 130 meters down. I mean, as long as this functions okay with gravity and like actually digging, I think this is gonna work out really well. I'm surprised I haven't seen more people doing this, but I might be getting my answer to why soon. Ladies and gentlemen, Actually, it's just gentlemen because I have a 100% male audience according to YouTube. I've done a thing. It's here. It hasn't been tested. Okay, so it's kind of a hot mess. What we have here is 27 drills. I have 6 generators, hydrogen generators, 2 tanks, and then 6 large cargo containers. And then if we just plop outside here, I don't know if this is going to be enough yet for when we're full. We're going to find out. We got 4 of the biggest thrusters and then some horizontal movement. 1 landing gear on the front. Yeah, so I was going to put glass in here and stuff. I've got all the event controllers ready to go. And now... Oh no, I gotta build a gyro. Hold on. Gyro on. Thrusters on. Gear unlocked. Okay, let's move. How heavy are we? We're not as heavy as I thought we were gonna be, honestly. I'm kind of surprised. Yet. Okay, let's start our descent here, even though I don't have any thrusters on the top. We're in a rough draft. Okay, this isn't a finished product quite yet, but we do need to land before we run out. Okay, so we probably need to move that landing gear so it's sticking out more, because I can see that that's already a little problematic. Okay, gear locked. Now, drills are on. And then all we have to do is go to our first piston. I'm going to double check the velocity. And actually, let's save really quick. And then piston 1, reverse. So it begins. Now, this is going to take a hot minute. By the time that this is fully extended, it will have taken about an hour, little less than an hour, to go down on all. It'll extend out 130 meters, fully automatically, and then it'll hit the bottom, and then once it bottoms out, it'll just come back up. At least that's the plan. Hopefully everything works out. Everything's a hot mess right now. It's a mixed match of colors. Because I forgot when I blueprinted this and then I did this. I created subgrids. So all these pistons are subgrid, and it did not transfer the subgrid. Thank God it pretty much did everything else. There's a few things I had to delete and put back in by hand. And I changed a couple things, but nothing too major. It named all these for me. It transferred the name, but it did not transfer the setting because the pistons did not exist. So I had to do that again, which kind of sucked. But other than that, I'm going to... I'd like to AFK and time-lapse this happening, but my guy will just die. But... I have a feeling our storage situation's not going to quite be big enough. So I'm going to wait for this to hit the ground. And then I'll come check on it periodically here to see how it's doing. I think I need to put solar panels on the roof too. I forgot that was something. Or I'll put a hydrogen generator inside. But here we go. Oh gosh. The game lagged a little bit. I think it'll be fine. Okay, let's before I cut, let's check on our storage. Because we can access it now, because there's freaking room in here. Wrong button. Cargo. Oh man, this is... Well, I don't know. It's definitely going to fill up, I think, before we get max extent. But the ice is going to be getting sucked down too pretty quick, I think. So I don't know. We're definitely... I'm going to add a... Yeah, I'm going to get a hydrogen engine going. Either that or I'm going to plaster this with solar panels. Because it's going to need one or the other. But I do got to fix the roof a little bit and the floor. I was worried about when I was building it, it doesn't like it. The blocks were intersecting. But once you get it all put together, it's fine to pull it back out. So I don't know. Oh, and there's the second piston, right? Ooh, gosh. Yeah. Second piston's running out, so we're doing good. It's working. I did test it once in creative, and it worked, so... I think we have ourselves a mining rig here. And the speed seems to be set pretty well. So, alright, I'm gonna come back in a little bit when it's made some progress. Okay, we've come to a full stop, because I stopped it. We have extended, what? I didn't count. Oh god, that was my phone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's call it 6 pistons. 6 of our 13. So, and our storage is full. Okay. I didn't really anticipate them filling up this quickly. And cargo. I think I stopped it right before it filled. Nope. So the drill started filling. So basically we could either add 6, a minimum 6. I think we would almost have to add like 8 more to not fill up. I don't know. I don't know. But the other thing that we need to see here is that 7.3 million tons. So okay, so I need to figure out. We gotta go to our batteries. Turn the batteries back on. And then we gotta go to our drill, and it's okay. Wait, not drills. We'll shut the drills off, and then we go to our piston number 1, and we're gonna reverse it, and then that will start the collapse cycle, and it'll bring everything back up and bring it home. And we need to let it do that before we can leave, or we'll probably break everything. So I'll be right back again. Okay, so I didn't design a failsafe in case it got full. Now these lights are all fucked. And I don't know why. Anyways, this is retracted all the way up. Our storage is full. We've got hydrogen cooking here, but I don't think we've cooked very much. Actually, that's pretty good. That's a lot more than we had. Plus, it's active. Now, the real question is, can we fly? Oh, God. Well, yes. But, that kind of wraps us back around to the dilemma we had. Are we going to lose elevation here, or are we floating? I'm thinking we're gonna need some bigger guns. I'm thinking so. This is less than ideal. So, yeah, conclusion. Oh, we're gonna save before we try and land, too. We're flying a brick. That's not really news. Oh, come on, don't drift past. Don't drift past. I'm trying to turn too, but I guess that means we need more gyros. So we either need to reduce the amount of pistons, which probably isn't a bad idea because I don't think we're gonna have to go that deep for most ore pockets. But I think we'll still probably want to increase our storage capacity, which in turn means we're going to need more rockets. Are we done drifting sideways? Okay, go back to the right. Let's go forward a little bit. And locked, off, off. Okay. Well, that was a good maiden voyage. Nothing exploded, and we have a whole bunch of stone now. Wrong one. Cargo. Yeah, so we've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 million stone. The ice is actually burning up pretty quick, surprisingly. I guess it's just trying to get these tanks filled, but... Okay, so I think that's enough for now. I gotta figure out how I want to connect that to the base, because I'm not gonna try and land it on top. What I'll probably do is I'll run a tube. We'll probably bring it closer, but I think I'm gonna run a tube out to here, and then run that to the refinery, probably, maybe. I don't know yet, but I've been working on this episode for about 4 days, and we got mediocre results. Well, I guess it's not mediocre. It flies. It can carry the weight that it currently can withstand, but the drill wasn't able to expand out all the way. I guess that was the only downside before we filled up. But, okay, so on the itinerary, possibly more storage. Definitely more rockets. I think I kind of left us room to do that down here. I think we can go ahead and just add, like, I don't know, 3 more and see what that does. And then, I'm not sure yet. I don't know. I'll get to think about it. But I'm going to close this one off here. Hopefully this wasn't too painful for you guys to watch. I kind of, again, I'll say I wish I would put more building into the video and not just jump cut. I got to work on that. But in the meantime, this is how it's going. So, okay, well, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you in the next one.